Kamal just cleared PMP with all above target. Ibrahim is the first PMP of 2022. Abhishek, Mr. Isam Khan. Oh, one of my student, Palisa. Adirud. We have Jangir with us. Ali, Abhilash, Sabir, Asad, Yo Manish, Abhishek, Mr. Jamal, Mr. Amer, Alvin, Neha, Mr. Raju, Pradeep, Amit, Rashmi, Amana, Uzair, Said, Dash, Gulam, Muhammad, Aarti, Pawan, Tariq, Iqtidar, Numan, Mandar, Muazzam, Niju, Abraham, Wasim, Ahmed, Janjua, Aj, Usman Khan, Afzal Ali. So here we have my 100 certified PMP in 2022. So this was past. Now you are 114th certified PMP of 2022. Nothing gives me more happiness than making people certified PMP and on cherry on the top with all above target. So Kamal Saab, a lot of congratulations for you for clearing PMP. This is your journey. This is your lesson learned video. I would like to share that why you wanted to do PMP, what things led you to do this. You are doing masters and so many things. So what motivated you to do PMP and join our program? Please share with us.
Well, first of all, I wanted to do PMP because I have been doing projects in my career for a long time, and it was more for self-satisfaction and improving my profile that I went ahead with this. And I would say fate brought me to you because every other institute that I went to were unable to arrange a training session for me. And finally, I landed with you through LinkedIn. So it was my luck. I would say I was very lucky because you actually delivered. And like I said before, this certificate actually belongs to you more than it belongs to me. Because to be honestly, when I was preparing for it, uh, my primary goal for PMP certification became secondary, and my primary goal was to satisfy your daily queries. That I have to do my assignments, I have to do my mocks and everything, and that helped me in building my confidence, my clearing my concepts and everything. So thank you.
Sure, sure. Thank you very much for saying that. And I just wanted to put a few things in the context. Mr. Kamal joined us in the batch two. That was the February batch, and batch two is performing just fascinating. So when I say that you can easily clear PMP exam in 1 month or so, so what are your thoughts now about that? People, when they came to me and when I say this, they usually are skeptical. How can we clear PMP in 1 month? You almost cleared in 1 month. So why don't you put it in the context?
No, I would say to everybody who is trying to become a PMP certified professional that if they are aiming for this and if they follow the directions, the advice given by you and other former PMP certified professionals, there is no doubt that they will be able to do it within a month or less than 2 weeks even. Even in my
Hmm.
case, I only cleared it today on 30th of March because that was the only available date in the examination center. Otherwise, I would have booked earlier.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I don't think
Let's talk
anybody
about
would have
that.
done.
Yeah, when we were planning to give the exam, what was the days? What was your first
I, would,
plan?
I actually planned to give the exam in mid of March,
So you were ready in
just
the mid of
after.
March. Yeah, this is an
Yeah,
interesting thing to put in the context. Mr. Kamal here was ready on 15th of March. His training ended on 28th of February. So actually what he's saying, 2 weeks. So we are getting congratulations from your batchmates, Talha, Usman Khan, my co-facilitator, Sabir, my co-facilitator, the recent certified PMP, Sindhila, she is saying she's also becoming a co-facilitator. She's editing all those things. So a good thing, good vibes are there. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the um, your 6 days. How effective those 6 days training were.
they were. Let's. How should I put it? they were very informative and revealing because these concepts were very new to me. Even though some of the practices I have been doing for a long time, I just didn't know that they belonged to PMP domain. And the way you explained them to me and opened my mind, I had to absorb that knowledge uh, constantly and every day.
Mhm.
Especially the thing about the mind maps that helped. And let me tell you something about my strategy. When you were telling me how to prepare for the exam, and you were telling us to prepare mind maps. The mind map I prepared for all the aspects of PMP, I kept that window open on my computer all the time. So even if I'm doing something else, I would accidentally sometimes look at the mind map and that image was burned in my memory. So when I was giving the exam and I was thinking about the answers, that mind map was always there and it directed me to the right answer.
Mm, mm. So you are a visual leader, and mind maps really helped. So let's talk about the important thing about that. You did 50-50 question, and then you did root cause analysis. How effective was the root cause analysis? How
Root
effective
cause
was the root?
analysis was very important, especially root
Yeah.
cause analysis tells you what you are doing wrong. It tells you
Okay.
what where you are wrong in your understanding.
So root cause analysis is very important. It tells you where you are wrong in your understanding and where you are lagging something. That's what Mr. Kamal is sharing. Just guys who are joining right now, Mr. Kamal is our 114th certified PMP in 2020. He joined the batch program in the batch 2 that ended on 28th of February, and he was ready to give exam by 15th of March, just in 15 days. But he could not get a date in the center, because getting the date in the center is always a thing. He got the same date for 30th of March, and he booked his exam. He went for the exam, and he cleared the exam just few minutes back. He just came to his home, and he cleared the exam with all above target, which means people above target, process above target, business environment above target. Now this is the power of our 6 days program. Now this power the major reason how this power basically help is my certified coaches who guide the students. Coaching call today on Wednesday, every Wednesday 8 p.m. we have a coaching call, and we put that coaching call, we solve hard questions of PMP. We share how you can become certified PMP, and if you are preparing for your PMP exam, this is a very important thing, that you join us on the same YouTube link at 8 p.m. Dubai time, 9:30 India time, 9 p.m. Pakistan time, and I guess 7 p.m. Saudi time. So that coaching call actually will help you to understand the context of that thing. Also, Kamal was sharing with me as he come back from his internet has some lag. So Kamal was sharing me that he managed the time very effectively. He used, like, he almost had 50-60 minutes at the end of the exam. So he moved very quickly. I don't recommend that. I recommend that you have 80 minutes, then 75 minute, then 75 minute. 80, 75, 75 minute is the strategy that I highly recommend that you do for exam. This helps you basically to put focus into your exam, and this helps you to manage the exam properly. So if you have any question regarding about PMP, how to give the exam, what are the things that are, I'm sharing a link as Kamal joins. You can click that link and you can come to this window and we can talk about that. Next batch of PMP batch 4 of 2022 is starting on 15th of April. Already few people have registered it, and they are utilizing the pre-training material. All our programs, the success of these programs are of multitudes of things. One of those things are pre-trainings. Even before you join the program, we start sharing previous videos to you. You go through those videos and you understand, we build a rapport, so those things become very critical in your success. So my number is there. You can join that. 15, 16, 17, 22, 23, 24 will be 6 days of the program. Once that training is done, then the next step would be uh, we'll start doing our success coaching system, the coaching calls and the things like that. And plus, our certified PMPs will be there. We will give you mocks, everything that you need to pass the PMP exam. I will share you. Let me take this opportunity to share you my checklist, my roadmap that I utilized with my PMP aspirant, and this has become one of the cornerstone in our PMP exam preparation. As you can see, if you can see the checklist on your screen, please put it in the chat box that I can see that. So this checklist has become the most important thing. The most important thing, I guess checklist is not shared. Let me put it this. Okay. So I'm unable to share that. So what is the checklist? Basically, it sees how each topic correspond with the exam. Where do you stand? What are the things that are in the exam, how we can work into that. So that plays a great role when we get the daily feedback. So I guess Kamal is back with us. Hello, Mr. Kamal. Good to have you back. So I was sharing how you manage these things. So Mr. Kamal, how did you manage the exam time? That's an interesting thing. Can you share with us how much time you took for each section?
I first of all I followed the advice you gave and all the other mentors to the letter. I read the question in a very slow and easy way. I read every question 3 times, and then I looked at the answers, uh, and that was very helpful because it helped me identify the keywords, identify the main question in the exam, and even with that, I managed to do the exam with 60 minutes to spare.
So 60 minutes pair. Why don't you please share with us people process 60 time, how much time you took? First 60 question, second 60 and the last 60.
My average for all sections was around 40 minutes, 40 to 45 minutes at most
Hmm,
for all
that's
60 questions.
that's very fast. That's really very speedy, and but things work out. But I don't recommend. I recommend 80,
It,
70.
it's because of the practice. When I went through all the mocks, the 50 questions, the 180 questions, the 60 questions, they improved my speed. How to read
Hmm,
the question, how to find the main question, question within question, the keywords, and then analyze the choices. That's
hmm.
how my speed increased. If
Okay.
anybody who does the mocks, as many mocks as possible, trust me, they can even have more than 60 minutes to spare in the exam.
That's good. Guys, please, if you have any question from Kamal Saab, he just cleared PMPR. So put it in the chat box, and if you watch this video later on, you can always put in the comment, and we can work into that. Okay. So Nisar is saying congratulations to you. Nisar is your batchmate. He cleared few days back. I guess last week he cleared. Then Pavan from batch
Actually,
15.
my batchmates beat me to it. If I had gotten an earlier date, then I would have been in the top 100 otherwise, but they beat me to it.
It is
But
what
thank
it
you,
is.
everyone.
Yeah, it
Thank you,
is what
everyone.
it Yes. Okay. And but you will be in 150. Four student have exam tomorrow, so I guess we will be closing February or March on 118 or 120, something like that. And the way I am looking at, if we keep moving that way, by 15th of April, the new video will be updated 150 PMP. So you will be there. So Jagan, my PMP aspirant is asking, what were your scores in mocks?
I am also waiting for that email, but I haven't received it yet.
No, 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 no. Mocks. What
In
was your
mocks,
score? Yes, yes.
my score was actually moving between 65 and 75%. To be
No, that's
to
a
be
very
honest,
interesting thing. Initially, your score was not very good, right? Even you
yeah.
were skeptical about that. But the most important thing was, as always say, keep moving forward, and that's what you did. You, even the scores were going down, but you kept moving forward, and finally things started to make sense. Things started to make work, and it did work out in the end. Guys, if you have any other
Yeah,
question, do put in the chat box. Okay, which area was more dominant in the exam?
it was more about people, how to engage people.
How
I
to
mean,
engage?
whether it's about the stakeholders or the project team or the vendors, most of the questions were about them.
Most.
I did not see any question at all regarding any calculations. I only had
Hmm.
two questions, which included CPI, SPI. But even there, you can just read the question and find the value. You don't need any calculator or anything.
Hmm.
Uh,
Okay. Any,
Other than that, there was nothing.
okay. Any graph question?
Only one.
Only one. Drag then drop?
There were two or three, I think. Yeah, but they were, if you understand the concept, they were very easy, very easy. Probably
Okay.
why I saved the time, because it took me like 10 seconds to go through that question and move on.
Okay. Okay. So that's an interesting thing to put in the context. Multiple question with the multiple options where you have to select more than one or two options. How many were there?
They were like four or five.
They were like four or five. Okay. So can you share your center experience? How was the experience?
Of the exam.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, exam experience was very good. In fact, compared to mocks, when I sat in the examination room and I started it and started reading the first few questions, I realized that this is going to be very easy, because
Okay.
the questions were not very big. They were like 2 3 lines at most, and
Hmm.
the choices were very clear. You just have to pay a little bit of attention, and you will see the correct answer. In fact, in your mind, the correct answer will appear as bold, that this is the right answer,
Hmm.
and you will, as a normal reflex action, you will select it. You just have to have a good understanding of the concepts.
So you have to have a good understanding of the question, and things can start helping out, and that things can basically work out, right?
Yes.
Okay. And from 180 questions, from 60 question, and from 50 question, which questions you think are more relevant for the exam?
The 50 and 60.
The 60 questions are more relevant, and they help
Yeah.
you in the exam. Okay, that's
The,
another
fif- the
interesting thing.
50 the 50 questions actually established the baseline, and from there I started to work on it, and reading the questions, looking at the answers. Why is this the correct answer? Why am I wrong? And when I went to 60 questions, my average started to improve.
Your
So
average
basically,
started.
yeah,
Okay.
the 50 questions serve as the basis, and 60 questions help you increase your level of understanding.
So both things were basically same critical and important in achieving both things, right? I would put it that in the context if I can.
Yes, that's
Okay.
correct.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Kamal, your final advice to PMP aspirants.
Don't lose confidence. Uh, Take my example for it. I was actually, personally, I was not very sure of myself, because my score was mostly below 70. But as Amer always told me, no, no, keep going, keep going. So I would advise you all to keep going. Do as many mocks as you can. And you don't have to go through all the questions. You at least look at the questions that you got wrong, so that you can correct your mistakes and understand why this is the right answer. And
Why
that
this
will get you to the PMP.
why this is the right answer. Now, Kamal Saab, you know that the mantra, uh, Usman, Saber, they are living up to this, and you have joined these their classes also. Each one teach one is the thing, and I want you to now take lead. You know you have more experience than anyone, and you know how much a mentor is required when you are working in this thing. So I want you to take the lead and help out your batchmates. There are many batchmates there that will be needing your assistance, and I hope you can add that into their context that they can learn it from you and they can become certified PMP. I hope so.
No, sure. I will always be here to whatever you need me for, and I will try to help in any way I can. Uh, and I hope everybody passes the exam with above target.
Thank you very much, and best of luck for future endeavors.
Thank you.
I would have not been able to clear the exam if Amer Ali would have come to me. I would have not been.
I did not believe that I will be able to clear my PMP within a month.
I don't know what to say actually. Like I'm kind of like really
And I
trembling.
got my results and I was above target in all three categories.
Wow.